Hey all, Craig Williamson here. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Just bringing you this quick video on loving yourself to freedom, on learning to not care what anybody else thinks about you, and have your own self-validation, not needing anybody else to validate you, not needing anybody else to build you up, and at the same time knock you down when they don't give you what you want from them. Now, as a society, we're kind of getting this brainwashed, we've got to care so much about what other people think. And this is where the massive flaw comes in. We're always looking to other people to teach us. We're always looking to other people to tell us what's right and what's wrong. We don't always trust our inner guidance. And that's what I want to teach you, is that you need to trust your inner guidance. Because I can tell you a million things, and they can all be great and valuable and knowledgeable information that's come from all manner of sources, from meditation to teachers from hundreds of years ago to current day, right, cutting edge knowledge that will serve you perfectly well. But it's only as good as your interpretation of it. It's only as good as what meanings you give it and the mood you're in when you receive it. Now, this video was prompted by a kind of little rampage I had at my kids this morning, when recently my son has got his hair cut and it's shorter for the summer, and he wanted to style it and put some gel on it, and he kept saying to himself afterwards he didn't like it, and he kept getting a negative emotional response. Now, of course, I've taught them for a long time what that means. And that means that if you are having a negative emotional response to something you're thinking, it's quite simply not coming from your authentic self. It's not coming from your true self. It's not coming from your loving self. It's not coming from a place of love, positivity and abundance. It's coming from a place of lack. It's coming from a place of fear. And this is in everything, not just your own personal appearance. And whenever you neg on yourself, whenever you put yourself down, whenever you criticize others, whenever you complain, you'll feel negative. You will. And that's your compass, your inner compass, your inner guidance, letting you know that what you're saying, what you're thinking, is not coming from a place of love. It's not coming from a place of opportunity and abundance and well-being. It's coming from a place of lack and fear and scarcity, and basically not being in alignment. Now, my son, for example, so he wanted some gel in his hair, style it, did what he wanted, he looked in the mirror, oh, I don't like that. Okay, do something about it, change it. If you don't like it, it's fine. But then when you start saying I don't look good, when you start saying things that aren't true, when you start being negative, you feel bad. Now, preferences are fine. Some people like a certain type of food, other people don't. Some people like one drink, some people would hate that drink. Yeah, that's fine. We're all here to decide what we do like and what we don't like. We're all here to make choices, and through the contrast of the good and the not so pleasing, we get clarity. And we know, okay, I do like it, I don't like it. Okay, that feels good, that doesn't feel good. I want more of that. Oh God, I never want that again. Yeah? And the contrast gives us that clarity. And so in knowing what you don't want, you know what you do want. Now, when it comes to your own personal appearance, we live in a capitalist society, which is a great thing. Everybody has the opportunity to be as successful or as poor as anybody else. And that's a great measure, that's a great equaler. And the knowledge is now more easily available than it ever has been. I mean, even in my lifetime, I'm only 37. And when I was a child, if I wanted to get extra knowledge, I had to ask somebody, or I had to go and read it in a book or learn it from school. The internet has now made everything easily accessible. We've got an overload of knowledge. But at the same time, we've also got more and more advertising. more and more people trying to sell us products, and I haven't got a problem with selling anything. I haven't got a problem with people showing you what they've got, and if you like it, fine, buy it. But a lot of people do sell through fear of missing out, or fear of you won't look great if you don't have this product. I mean, the makeup industry, God, that must be, is that trillions or billions it's worth, either way. And that's playing on women's insecurities, and men's. There's makeup for men these days, isn't there? Insecurities about themselves, and that you need to cover up your insecurities to look great. Now, I've not got a problem with women wearing makeup because they enjoy wearing it, because they feel it makes them look beautiful, and then feeling that they then feel more beautiful. But you need to know you're beautiful as you are. You need to know you are beautiful as you are, without the face paint, without the makeup, without the fancy clothes or anything else. You need to know your self-worth. You need to know how valuable you are. And you can know that all the time. When you think something negative, you will feel bad. When you then turn around and say, actually, I'm beautiful. Actually, I love myself. You'll feel better. Actually, I'm great. Just even do it now. Just say to yourself, I'm beautiful. It might feel weird saying it. Just say, I'm gorgeous, I'm lovely, I'm wonderful. There's nothing wrong with me. The universe loves me. I love me. And you'll feel a shift in your energy. You'll feel yourself wanting to smile and feel good. You stand there saying, oh, I'm ugly, I'm horrible, and you can feel your energy shift and go down. You can feel negative emotions start straight away. Going, oh. But mostly people haven't been taught what their emotions mean. I wasn't. It took me a long time to learn that one, to find out what the actual meaning behind it was, and many people don't know, and most of the world don't know. So here's an opportunity for you to share knowledge to people. Look, you have an emotional guidance system. It lets you know whether you're coming from love and abundance or fear and scarcity. When you feel good, you're aligned. The greater part of you, and I don't mean greater as in better, I mean greater as in the aligned, bigger part of you, the non-physical you, your inner being, your spirit, your whatever you want to call it, is guiding you. Your source energy is guiding you. And those emotions are your compass. So know right now that you are beautiful. You are fabulous. You are fantastic as you are. And you know what? It doesn't matter what you do. Some people find you beautiful and attractive, and some people will not. That's because everyone has their own preferences, and that's a great thing. And it also depends on what mood those people are in when they look at you. And if they're even considering what you look like. In that moment they are looking at you. So you need to validate yourself. You don't want to rely on other people's validation to feel good, because that will destroy you. Trust me, I've been in relationships with people in the past that don't believe in themselves at all. And I've spent all of my time trying to reassure them how beautiful and wonderful they are. And they've spent all of their time saying, why the hell would you want to be with someone like me? And when they're not saying that, they're acting that way, or they're acting from mistrust, they're acting from judgment and fear. That at some point you're going to run off and leave them because they're not what you believe they are. You can see the beauty and the magnificence in someone, but if they can't see it in themselves, eventually they'll destroy that relationship. Because they'll make it so difficult to be in that relationship, it will break you down. And you don't want to be in that relationship. But do try and teach them, if you can, if they'll hear you, that the only way they're ever going to feel good or bad is by what they choose to think and their own proximity and alignment to themselves. See, when we think something positive and we feel a positive response, we are aligned, we are as one in ourselves. When we're thinking negative thoughts about ourselves, about other people, whatever, come from lack of fear and judgment, all of that is pulling us apart. on a metaphysical, no, I can't even say the word, metaphysical sense. But on the sense of, it's like you're pulling your head off your own body. Literally, like someone grabbed hold of your head and is trying to rip it off your shoulders and rip it off your neck. You feel pain. The more you think that way, the more pain you feel, because it hurts. It hurts to pull yourself apart. So, what you need to do for yourself is realise it's as simple as that. Praise yourself and love yourself, because the only love you actually feel comes from within you. I could stand there seeing the most perfect, most amazing version of you there is, full of love, beauty, joy, abundance, playfulness, every quality you can imagine, feeling vital and alive. I could stand there looking at you and seeing all of that and reflecting it back to you. However, if you were in a place of feeling negativity for yourself, if you were self-loathing, or you were not feeling attractive, or your mind was focused elsewhere, you wouldn't feel any of it. It's like belief in someone's abilities. You ever been around a child and you've told them, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, I know you can do it. But their focus is on fear of something going wrong, or on their lack, or because it's outside their comfort zone and they're scared, and they don't believe they can in that moment. And so they separate themselves and they get upset and they get angry and they get annoyed and all the rest of the negative emotions. It's exactly the same thing. All the love we feel in relationships comes from our own connection to our own alignment, to our own source energy, to that pure positive love that flows to and through all of us at our core. And when we don't feel it in our relationships, it's because we are separating ourselves. Now the other person in the relationship, they might not be showing us love, or they might be showing us an abundance of love. But how we feel is down to our connection with ourselves. It's never about the other person, as much as it may appear to be. And you'll also notice, eventually though, the more you focus on someone else with well-being, the more you flow them love and well-being, they will start to transform around you. The more you show them hate, anger, negativity, negative emotions, the more you focus on them as a source of pain than a source of love, the more they'll change to reflect that to you. People are a reflection of ourselves. When we're aligned and strong, it doesn't matter what anybody does, as long as our focus is in that place of being aligned. It doesn't matter what anybody else does, we still feel great. If we choose to put our focus on what they're doing and then say they're doing something wrong, that's when we'll come out of alignment. And you'll notice the people that you are vibrational match to will be around you. The people that you know but are then constantly in a different vibration to you will drift away. Often happens in relationships when one person chooses to grow and become more aligned and the other person feels stuck. You start separating your time apart. You'll notice you'll come home and they'll have gone out. You'll notice that you'll miss each other's calls. And it may not have anything to do with wanting to be around that person or not wanting to be around that person. It'll just do with the fact that one of you is in a greater place, in a much better place than the other one in your connection to yourself. So the point of this is, love yourself, because you're the only one who can truly love you for all you are. No one else is ever really going to get to you. People can get really close to you. People can understand a lot of what you mean. People can feel. They can be in that place where you, great minds think alike kind of thing, because you're on the same vibrational page. But still, no one can ever see your life through your eyes, through your senses, and through your filters of your belief system you've created in your own mind and in your own body. Nobody has exactly the same experiences in life as you and given them all exactly the same meanings as you. And if you truly love anybody else, then you need to love yourself. Because when we love ourselves, we give the best of ourselves to the world. We share the best of all of that which we are to the world and everyone around us. And that makes the world a better place, and it means everyone gets the best of you. But when you do it for validation, you're always going, was that good enough? Did I make you happy? Did you enjoy that? Did I do it to the best of my ability for your enjoyment, for your purpose? Did you enjoy the meal I made you? Yeah. And so you're always on that, am I good enough? And then you're giving over all of your power to the other person. And I mean, I've had a couple of moments, accidental moments in my life where I've been focused elsewhere, and then one of my children has brought me something beautiful they've created. And because I was far away from an appreciative mood, I've done my best to put on the appreciative mood to them. However, I've not accepted the gift as lovingly as I could do, and then they've taken it to mean something and got upset about it. And I've realised that, and do you know what? In that moment, they were handing me all their power. They were handing me a load of love, but it was conditional love. It was conditional on the fact that I need to tell them how amazing they are for that. Whereas the enjoyment, the love, needs to be in the giving of this thing that you've enjoyed creating and not needing anything back in return. When you can master that and not worry whether the other person says thank you, loves you, hugs you, jumps up and down with joy, and spends the next 2 weeks saying thank you. Yeah. I mean, you don't need any of that stuff. And do you know what? In the thing that I created, I did it from love. I enjoyed doing it. I'm giving someone a gift, and do you know what? I don't need to worry about what their response is. If it's positive, fantastic. If it's not positive, fantastic. I still had a great time. Doesn't matter. And that goes with how you look. Now, most people have created neural pathways in their brain that have a highway to self-doubt and a dirt track to self-love. It's time you need to switch it by regularly every day, telling yourself at every moment you can how great you're doing, how wonderful you are, how fabulous you are, how that you are beautiful, you were born perfect, you were born beautiful, you were born great. And I don't care what you look like, you were born beautiful. I don't care what skin colour you are, I don't care what sex you are, I don't care how tall, short, thin, fat, whatever, bald, hairy you were born beautiful. And you're still beautiful. But only if you believe you are. Because if I believe you are, but you don't, you'll never believe. You'll never believe it was true. So love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Because the funny thing is, individually, we're the only ones who can feel the love we have for ourselves. I can stand there loving you, but you'll never feel it off me. You'll feel it off of your connection with you. I can stand there hating you, because that's me out of alignment. And you could never feel it because you were so in love with yourself. That's how powerful you are. So use your power for your good. Use it for the good of the world. Love yourself and be the best of yourself. I love you. Talk soon.